Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day when we're gonna attempt to put the engine into the car. But first, you need to click that subscribe button. It's gonna take you only 3 seconds and it's gonna help me a lot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. So, we got our engine hanging on the hoist. The flywheel is on. Now we only missing the dust shield for the bell housing. And also we're missing the small bearing inside in here. So we need to make sure we're gonna be putting those parts before we finishing installation with the clutch. So I need to order the bearing and I need to order the dust shield. We got a bearing which we need to fit in a clutch, which looks like that. So we're gonna put that bearing in, then we're gonna assemble the clutch flywheel, and we can try to put our gearbox on. Also, we need to put the vacuum hoses around the engine where we won't be able to reach afterwards. So like I said before, there's no time to waste. Let's grab our tools and start working. To put the bearing into the rear of the engine, you will need a very special tools, which is 24mm socket, bearing, hammer. You put it bearing like this, just push it in. So you just push it in the bearing down. It would be good if the engine wouldn't move. Then you would just knock it with a hammer.
1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
And that's it. Job done. Easy as that. Now we can put the clutch. If I would remember now which side it goes, it would be much easier. So if you want to center the clutch and you don't have a special tool, quite easy way to do it. What you need to take is 10mm socket and a 13mm socket and a long bolt. So you put it in first 10mm socket inside, then you put it in the bolt into the socket, holding, taking the clutch, put it in, and that's it. Easy as that. And now it's right in the middle. The next step, you're taking your clutch plate, taking that plate out, and then you can put 2 bolts inside. Okay, so the bolts are in place. Then you put, making sure that your bolt, which in the middle, is holding perfectly in the center, and then just tight it up. Now you're just wondering, oh David, you left a socket inside, how are you gonna take it out? Well, easy. With this, I'm just gonna put the long nose pliers in and take it out. Easy as that. And that's it. So now the engine is ready to be assembled with our engine. Of course, we don't have a dust plate around it yet, but it's not really necessary to put it now because we want to start this engine and test it if it runs and it drives. And afterwards this engine is still gonna be taken out because the vehicle is gonna go for the paint and weld and all other bits. So basically it's just gonna go to a body shop to get fixed. But our goal is to start it, do the brakes and try to drive it for the first time. Okay, so let's put the gearbox on. Right, so let's try to put the gearbox on for the first time in 6 years. I'm curious how it's gonna go because obviously everything is quite rusty and I'm not even sure if that gearbox is gonna fit this engine, but hey, give it a shot. Great. Yes. I think it has to be a time lapse. gearbox is on the engine now, fits perfectly. Still short of few bolts, but it's not a problem because we will need to take out this gearbox anyway to put the dust shield. That's how it's called, I think so. Dust shield or a thin shield. It's very different names on this specific like a plate. Let's call it a dust plate. So we have a quite big mess in here. We're gonna be removing all the stuff from this side and some of the stuff in here as well. We're gonna put the engine in, we're gonna sort out the wiring loom, we're gonna start it, we're gonna sort out the brakes, we're gonna put the pedal box inside, and we're gonna take the engine out and send the car to the body shop to work their magic on this rusty E30. Saying rusty because we got quite a lot of rust on this car, like this. So first things first, engine needs to be in. Why? Because if we need to make any brackets anywhere, we can just grind it off, weld it, put it at bracketing, and afterwards they can paint it. First thing we're gonna start on, we're gonna start removing all those components in here, like a power steering pump and the brake lines and everything else. All the brackets and everything needs to be gone.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this.
There's a very serious thing you must do is click down below, subscribe, press the thumbs up, comment, and let me know what the future projects you would like to see in this channel. So to remove the brake servo, you need to get 4 bolts inside the car underneath the glove box. Also, you're gonna see a small pin which is you need to remove as well. And now I've done all this. Now I need to untie all the pipes. We can take this one out. Okay, so the brake servo is out of its place, so it's not disturbing us anymore. Now we need to just unbolt power steering pump and all the power steering hoses, so that wouldn't disturb us. Also, we're gonna take out those 2 dampers as well. We might actually gonna try to put the engine in. It would be actually a good idea as well to remove the prop shaft, and I can see there's still exhaust on this car. So probably that's gonna disturb us by trying to put the engine inside.
I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up. Tonight we're gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we're gonna.
So all the components from the engine bay is out, including the power steering pump and the brake servo. That's gonna be a fun journey now. This is where the all fun starts, because we will need to work on the wiring loom, we will need to work on the fuel system, we will need to work on the brakes. This is where all the headache is gonna be showing up. Most important is that car is going to start or not after all this is gonna be completed. So make sure you're gonna subscribe and join this journey together with me. Okay, so we got all our hoses and wiring kinda sorted. Now it's time to push the car a little bit back and try to put the engine inside for the first time. Not too sure how it's gonna go. I'm not too sure if it's even gonna fit. And I'm not too sure if the engine mounts are any good. So let's push the car back and put this engine in.
Yeah, my hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises. You ain't stopping this, cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gon' launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, so stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb.
And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gon' get it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never off it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, can I stop this? Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hardest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking...
Okay, so the engine sits in the engine bay. After 6 years, finally something is done. But this is far from the end because we need to start this engine as well. Also, we need to mount the gearbox, and I don't have that mount with me. Surprisingly, I managed to put the engine on the original E30 engine mounts. The reason why I put it on the original ones is because I do not have the E28 engine mounts, and he haven't ordered it. You don't need any special tools to change the engine mounts. You just need to lift the engine a little bit up. You can even do it with a jack, put it the engine mounts, and then lower the engine down. The fun part is gonna be electrics, because this engine originally was with the automatic gearbox, and now I'm missing quite a lot of wiring, and I'm not too sure how to even connect everything up so it would start or even crank or do anything, basically any simple stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. But look at that, fits like a glove. I'm even surprised myself that I actually managed to squeeze this engine into the car. We can start actually calling this a car, because now it has an engine, which is obviously doesn't run yet. So 1 step forward, 3 more steps back. Everything is out. Need to change the loom because our electric throttle body doesn't match at all with the existing wiring, so we need to change a lot of wiring. So I just bought another manifold, and now we're swapping all of the electrics out. The reason why I bought other manifold, because on this manifold we got a broken vacuum connector, so we needed different one. Now we're swapping all the electrics. That's the electrics we need. It's from the M54 engine, and this wiring is from the M52. Okay, so I checked that we are missing some parts on our engine, which is our vacuum hoses, coolant hoses, and also we need the E46 radiator, because we got the radiator now from the E30, and that radiator is not gonna cool well. Now we're going to a guy that I found on the marketplace to pick it up some parts, so we could actually start the car without any problem. As our intake manifold is off now, got a nice access to the coolant hoses, so I think it's pretty good idea to put all those hoses now before we putting our manifold back. Also, while we're gonna be there, we might also check if he has that dust cover plate, which just goes between the gearbox and the engine. So if he got that part, we're gonna be all sorted with the parts, and we can actually finish it up with the engine.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.
Okay, so we have just arrived. Let's try to find that unit. So what the hell are you doing here?
This is a M54 B30 in an E30 saloon. So when you were here yesterday, the engine wasn't in.
Yep.
Nowhere near here really. So I've just been getting the old new one. It's like a shaved engine basically.
So basically you're doing exactly the same thing as I'm doing. It's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
Do you know where's this one connects? Because I got...
Power.
But that's the only one.
So that's power from the fuse box.
Where's the main one goes?
The battery goes here.
Yeah, the battery goes here, but where the main...
There's another one on the engine loom.
Oh, it's
I can
on the
show you
engine
that
loom,
on
isn't
an
it?
Engine loom.
Okay.
That'll be a power. This also goes to the starter.
That's what I'm missing.
Starter or alternator?
No, that's the starter. Yeah, it's the starter.
And then from the starter to the alternator.
Yeah, it's not gonna reach, isn't
So
it?
let me lift it up for you and I'll show you what's going on underneath. Because I've found some things out just doing this. What gearbox are you using?
I think it's Gearbox.
Yeah, but is it from the M20 or is it from?
I think it's
46?
yeah. I think it's from E36. Yeah.
I think this proper work.
Is
I
it?
think this proper work.
Yeah.
This is the M20 box and it's at an angle, so I'm going to take it back off and put a get drag on because you'll see this is why I'm lifting it up. So there's a few problems I've encountered. This is why it's just a mock. Obviously, I haven't done the pickup yet.
Yeah.
So on the E30 mounts, it's too low, so it's hitting the exhaust stud here, and it's hitting.
Oh
the
yeah, I
side.
can see that. Yeah. Yeah. You see, my exhaust is a bit different.
So those.
Amazon?
China. I bought these direct from the supplier. So we sell these here.
Because I just bought one from that guy I'm doing for the car.
Yeah.
I bought exactly the same ones from Amazon.
Yeah. I've got them in my drop.
Because they are literally, like you said, they sitting way too low.
Yeah.
And my one sits even lower than this.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are M52 TU, or these are E36 headers. Anyway, if you look at the M20 exhaust here, it's at an angle, right?
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Whereas the get drag will sit
Yeah.
flat. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to modify.
Yeah, because
the linkage.
my one, the mounts they literally flat with the corners, so they,
Yeah.
Well, look at that. If that would be this gearbox,
Yeah.
that would literally
But
fit.
that's as far back as it goes as well.
Is it? Can't you just extend it a little bit from the gears?
No, as in I think if I put the get drag on, it's a little bit longer. It'll work.
Yeah, it
I
will.
think it
Yeah.
will. No, I can bring it forward.
Yeah, if you can bring it forward, that would
But
fit.
I'm
But
using the
you
different
need a different gearbox.
This is M20 clutch and flywheel. Bolts up to the M54 absolutely fine, and it's a lighter flywheel. So
Is
it?
it?
Should be
Is it single mass?
single mass.
Same
So
as
I
my
know a
one.
lot of drifters that put that on the M52.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously not with this gearbox because of the rotation. It looks very small anyway, and because of the age, I don't know how long that would hold.
Yeah,
up
and
with
you
the
got a lot
radiator.
of space around, isn't it?
Yeah. I believe the power steering lines will be absolutely fine as well.
Is it? Are they gonna be
So these are the
original ones?
from the M20 because you've got. That.
Yeah, that's what I've
Or at
got as
least I
well.
can put something together with this and an M54 line.
That's what I got exactly the same ones as well.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Have you done your brake booster as well? Yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
So I had to take it off to get the engine in physically. It wouldn't fit.
Yeah,
can
but
show
you're gonna do a brake booster. I'm gonna do a pedal box.
Oh, right, okay.
So
yeah.
that's gonna be a different a little bit.
Yeah.
And plus, I got
I'll lower it back down. That's everything.
yeah.
So yeah, there's power going from the fuse box. There's another there. I can't remember what that goes to now. Oh, that goes to the brake booster.
Yeah, that's a brake booster. That's a brake booster, and that's why for the inside controls, isn't it?
Yeah.
What engine was before in here?
2.5.
So it was a 6 liter. So you're gonna be perfectly fine. Because if you have, let's say, 1.8 like I have, you need to change the cluster as well.
Really?
Yeah, because now when I'm gonna start the car, it's gonna show 1,400 RPMs
Okay.
because the cluster is
But it
from the
will
4-cylinder.
It will work.
It will work, but
I've got someone with an E34 that wants me to do it as well. So here's the next thing with the radiator. We've got a little bit less space than I would have liked, but I don't think it would be too much of a problem to push that back. I don't know. That's the only other issue. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. That one would go back absolutely fine without damaging anything. But
yeah, because this one's now gonna be a bit on angle, isn't it?
yeah. So I can either cut a little bit of this out, which is not ideal. Do that. Mount it at the front, then it'll be lower. So I'm gonna have to work out something.
Possible. It's actually possible to mount on a fire because that's what I'm gonna be needed to do as well.
You could just drill a straight hole through there.
Yeah.
But then where's the structure of the?
You see, I've done this removable.
Yeah.
So all the front just goes out and I can put it in. And I think
How did you do that? Just drill out the spot welds?
there's a spot weld. Your one is alright. My one was welded because somebody was already replacing it. So basically what you got two spot welds here, two spot welds here, two in here, and in the top as well you got 3 and in the bottom 2. So you can just drill the spot welds off, then just drill a couple of holes here, put the rivets inside, and that's it.
Alright.
And then just bolt it.
That might be the easiest thing.
Yeah, because if you need to do any maintenance on anything in the engine, it's just much easier to take out, do the maintenance and put it back, or whatever. If you want to take out the engine on your driveway, take the front out, lift the car a little bit and take it out.
what's
Nothing, literally
if you
nothing.
crash, you're going to die anyway. You're going to die. So I might just take all of this out and just have the top half, like you have on
Yeah.
the 3640.
Yeah, actually
Then
you
you can mount the radiator maybe here.
This E30 looks mint. Sec, I'm more interested in this. What the hell is that?
This is a factory manual, a 240i. So it's a B58 stage 2 plus for power. This is pretty much one of the first drift dedicated and road going F chassis that's gone this far anyway. So you might know, anyone that's watching might know the previous owner of this. He had a 240 Auto, which was green and then blue. It was very big on social media. It's one of the I'm pretty sure it's the highest mileage stage 3, maybe in the world. He drove it from 80,000 to 155 at stage 3 plus, like 600 horsepower.
Jeez, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy
no
numbers.
No, he serviced the engine, but no gearbox service.
Seriously?
Yeah. So this is Osprey's front mount. So you can see the intake's actually right there.
Oh yeah,
Now you
look
have
at
to
that.
do some modification. You have to cut some bits of the slam panel there.
But that's a drift life, isn't it? Just
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
the panels to fit the
Sounds really
parts.
good. I'll start it up for you in a second. So this is solid boost pipes, and these are larger with less restriction. Cooling wise, we've done nothing.
It's just original, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only 480 brake, which for these isn't too bad. It's when you go stage 3 that they make lots more heat.
And the weight of the car is probably 1.6.
Around that, he's got the rear out, the interior, so it's reduced some.
Some.
Yeah, second hand, but a lot newer dual mass with a 6-putt clutch, so it will hold the power very well. We went for a 550i clutch and it was slipping straight away. Obviously with clutch kicks and stuff, it just wasn't having any of it.
It's not gonna hold for long, isn't it?
No. So this clutch will do 700 brake, which is fine with this, and I think with the dual mass, it's not too aggressive. Stock drivetrain, just a welded diff. But at the back, every single arm is rose jointed.
Everything is poly bushed.
With adjustable, poly bush. It's got BCs. And then I'll put it on lock and show you the lock here at the front. That's valves closed.
That's valves closed, is it?
It's just a little box at the back, and then when so it's a 5-inch downpipe. I think it's that diameter the whole way. It's 3.5.
Jesus.
It's still on high.
Oh my god. It's so loud.
Warning light wise on the dash. Obviously the bonnet's open.
So it's like literally proper legal, yeah.
It's very streetable. So the thing it's in for now is I'm going to hide this under a centre console tray.
Yeah.
We were all very rushed to get this done. So yeah, it's just an inline hydro. Very, very short shifter, which is very nice. What else have we done to it? Yeah, the lock kit. So if you stand at the front. So it's got some pretty impressive lock.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. And it's basically just an E92 CNC kit, reasonably heavily modified. got the lower arm, the middle rose joint
Yeah.
has been cut to fit. On the front has been spaced out at the front to give, if you look at the angle of the shop, you can't really see from there, but it's got a really decent amount of caster. The self-steer's really
So that's good.
And then you just have
So the steering wheel comes back every single time,
every
isn't
single
it?
time. You have to modify this mount here. You have to trim down the 240i inner and re-thread it further. You have to cut down the outer E90 because the rack on these are a lot wider and they have a different threaded insert. Yeah, it's still running drop links, so it handles really well. This is still standard brake lines. There's still a lot more to do with this. All of the boost, everything. He was like, just drive it in second gear, and this is around the Penza pod. First, like, 1,000, 2,000, everything. You're just sideways, and it wants to go. It grips up so well. So this was got a Geo by Luke.
That's crazy, man.
It's a really well set up car, and the engine drive is super reliable. So you go from centre there, one turn.
1/3 and that's it.
Yeah, it won't go anymore. It's one turn.
Jesus, man.
But this I'm not keeping it F chassis. I'm going to put this engine in an E36. I have a M3 Evo shell. It's ready caged. It's on some good coilovers. It's just missing engine, gearbox, and diff. So
I need to collect all the rest of my stuff.
right, this is the. So these two go to the back on the
heating matrix.
That goes to the block. That goes to the front of the radiator,
Yeah.
and that's the little heater pump control. You can either bridge these round,
You're probably just gonna bridge it.
but if you want heater control, I think you need to put it in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's the lower pipe with the with the coolant temp sensor in it.
Yeah. And that's how it connects to the wiring loop
One
to
in
the.
the ECU, power and ground. That's it.
That's it.
Actually, red and white's that switched power.
That's great.
This is the one that goes on the side down to the sump. And this is modified because these, you know how terrible these are.
Yeah, they break all the
So
time, isn't
I've
it?
just put the ends in a massive piece of pipe, and they'll need
Yeah.
like, tying up. But that be and look,
Yeah, it's flex. Yeah, it's not gonna break, isn't it?
yeah. So that's the cool pack wiring, and then rad and fan.
Right, and fan.
It should go all the way down to there, and there's mounts at the bottom that it would sit on. So that's just the only issue is you've got to put an expansion tank there. It was supposed to sit a little bit lower, actually, maybe there, and then it'll sort of line up.
Talking about the expansion tank, I need an expansion tank.
Yeah, we've got loads.
I will need one. Yeah. All right, man.
No worries.
Thank you very much, and probably will see you
Yeah, you definitely
soon.
will see soon. No worries.
Take care, man. See ya. We got everything what we need now. It's time to go back to the garage and continue working on the E30. Let's get back in a garage in 3, 2, 1. And we're back in a garage. Now we got all the pipes and the hoses and everything else what we need. We can actually assemble it now. We need to connect heat matrix. Then we need to put all the vacuum hoses as well on the bottom of the manifold. Also, we need to sort it out all the wiring which is be connected to the battery. It's just gonna be much easier and better access to do it now. Also, I need to put the connectors and the fuel filter. Actually, I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna leave it for now, so when the engine gonna crank, it would start, so it would get the oil and everything else. Let's put all the hoses in place and all the wiring. Right, okay, so we got our engine loom, hoses and manifold sorted. I think it's time to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching this. Click that subscribe button. That's gonna help me a lot to move on the future projects. And I will see you in the next episode. Check it out.
What does this even do? Like, what's
Nothing. Literally
if you
nothing.
crash, you're gonna die anyway.